Hello and welcome to Finishing Strong. My name is Erica Strong and welcome back. I like to talk about two emotions that govern our lives, and those two emotions are fear and love. So then I'll start with a question. What if the evidence of your life is not producing or showing the things that you feel like your life should have already produced or shown, or the promise that you feel like that God has made for you in your life? What if you don't see it? So then what? Do you fear or do you have faith? Or do you decide that it's not working, or do you decide that it's gonna work because all things is gonna work for my good? Like, which one is your reality? Which one is real? Which one do you place more value in? These are the questions that I had to ask myself. So remember, when we do our finishing strong is not just for you guys, it's for me as well. So when I did the process of elimination, when I started thinking about these two emotions, all I started thinking about was which one is real. So I have an exercise that I would like to kind of share with you guys. Let's think about all the attributes of fear. Not all, but just a couple of them. So fear is based out of a lot of these emotions that I'm about to discuss. Let's think about unforgiveness. When you think of unforgiveness, it's I don't forgive you because I fear that you have something over me. Let's think of resentment. I resent you because I fear that you had the power to change my life or make my life into what it is. Fear. I hate you because I fear that you think that you are better than me, or that you feel like you have more than me. Or distrust. I don't trust you because I fear that you're not going to stand up to what it is that I feel like you should in my life. I fear that you're not the trustworthy person that I think that you are, or that you should be. What about unbelief? I don't believe you because I fear that if I believe you that I'm going to be hurt, or I'm going to be left alone. What about depression? I'm depressed because I fear my future. I fear what may happen. You see how fear is the root to every negative emotion that we feel? A lot of people discount it. They think that fear is just based on, I'm just so afraid of something, but it doesn't have to have anything to do with negativity, and it totally does. Think about the negative emotion that you feel towards, let's say, your life right now, or the negative emotion that you feel towards your finances. Anything that you fear a negative emotion towards is usually based out of fear. So now let's look at love. Forgiveness. I can forgive you because I love you enough, or I love myself enough to know that you don't have any power over me, or that situation doesn't have any power over me. Or let's just say I have faith. The faith is based out of love. I have faith that, I have faith that the love in me is gonna reign more than not having faith or not believing. Let's say trust. I love you enough to trust you, knowing that you can't hurt me, knowing that anything that comes against me cannot stand. So I trust you, and it's based out of love. Let's say, in contrast to depression, I have joy, I have happiness, I have peace, because I love my life. It's not perfect. I don't have everything that I want, but I love what I see. I love what's coming, and I love what's going to be ahead of me, basically. So you see how these two emotions can really govern your life. So one can govern your life and one can destroy your life. So I'm going to refer back to one of my posts from Finishing Strong. I've talked to you guys before about my group page on Finishing Strong, and I would like for you to just check it out and see some of the different posts that I have. But one of the things I like to share is when you have the emotion of fear, it's not centered in love. And we already know that love, anything that's not centered in love will fail. So imagine a life filled with depression, unforgiveness, distrust, all of those negative emotions, it will fail. So if you have a life that's centered in that, it will fail. Let's just say a life that's centered in love. Love never fails. You remember that quote? It's in the Bible. Love never fails. So one of the things that I like to do is I like to have you to repeat an affirmation after me. And if you like to, you can pause it, you can write it down, you can use this as something to remind you that either I'm going to live a life in faith or in love, or I'm going to live a life in fear or resentment or unbelief. Which one is it? Fear or love? Okay, repeat after me. I am a part of a loving universe that has everything that I need for a successful life. I will not be distracted by temporary evidence, but I will choose to see everything through the eyes or through my eyes of faith. Love is what guides me. Love is what reassures me that all things are working for my good. I am faith. I am love. Therefore, I will not fail. I will only win. Now believe it. Now, this is an affirmation that I say to myself when I start having those two emotions that I'm battling with. So just remember, either you're going to live in love or you're going to live in fear. I choose to live in love because love never fails. Thank you so much for joining me for Finishing Strong. I look forward to seeing you again.